Hey guys, welcome to Pretty Eyes. And tonight I have a special guest, and I just want to say before we get started, we both give God the glory and the honor for everything He's done for both of us and what He's going to continue to do. If this is your first time watching this show, please hit that button, subscribe, and as I told you before, that we will have men and women on this show that's going to be discussing their domestic violence surviving, what took place, and how they actually left their abuser. So with that being said, without further ado, I want to introduce to you guys Shanice Jackson. She's a very good friend of mine, and she's a divine connection through Jesus.
Yes.
And I just want to turn it over to her. I'm going to ask her a few questions, and maybe this will empower someone, actually help someone, and encourage someone to leave their abuser. If you've already been out of that kind of relationship, maybe this will help you continue to survive and to do different things for yourself to help you get back on point.
That's
you can
right.
show those pretty eyes.
That's right. That's right.
All right. So Shanice, first I want to ask you, how long do you think you were in the abusive relationship?
I give it a year.
Okay.
Yes,
And
a year.
tell the people what was the turning point for you that made you say, no more. I need to leave. I need to move out of this relationship. What did it take for you? What kind of energy did you get from that to leave the relationship?
Well, I got tired of being hit. And me, I'm a fighter.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, I know to fight back when somebody hits me, you know?
Yeah.
So it's different because it's a male.
Yes.
So you can't retaliate as well as you would do for a female.
That's correct.
But I got tired of the bruises.
Yes.
And my son got involved, unfortunately. So that was
That's
my
not good.
that was my breaking point right there.
Yes.
That was my breaking
And
point.
when you decided to leave, what was your plan? Like, because a lot of people don't know that you have to have a plan to leave. A lot of people want to be able to leave, but they can't just up and leave. They may not have somewhere to go, or they may not have family or friends or somebody that can actually help them or take them in. A lot of people don't want to go to shelters. They want to just be able to do it on their own. So what was your plan? How did you determine, like, okay, this is how I'm going to do this, I'm going to leave? And I understand that, because the same for me and my son.
Mhm.
I had to do it for my son.
Yeah.
To get out of that situation so you can move forward.
Oh, I didn't have a plan.
See, that's
I didn't have a plan. Something drastic happened to where it was time for me to go.
Yeah.
And when I left, I had to fight my way up out of that house. So, with my son on my hip, on my left hip, I fought.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I didn't have a plan. I just knew that, okay, Shanice, it's about that time.
It's time to go.
Because I would send my sister text messages, I'm leaving, I just don't know when. So God was like, okay, you said you're going to leave.
This is time.
This is like, he was like, okay, well now I have to step in. Because it was my signs of where I was not supposed to be with this man.
Yeah.
But I was in love, I was
He always
young,
did.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
looking for that father figure for him.
Yeah.
It was a void for him and for me, you know what I mean? So when that happened, my son was getting hurt and I left the next day.
And when the kids get involved, y'all know it's time. And sometimes it's still bad enough if the kids have to see or witness somebody fighting, arguing, whatever it is. But when the kid is involved and they're going to remember that, you want to protect your kid. You're already trying to protect yourself.
Exactly.
So trying to take care of yourself and your child, that's when it's really time to go.
Exactly.
So that takes a lot of courage. That takes a lot of strength. And after you leave, tell the people, Shanice, how you felt, I would say, weeks after you left. Because you feel so many different emotions.
You do.
when
You
first
go
leave.
through a lot of emotions. You want to be strong.
Yeah.
It's like I felt every emotion. I was in a deep, deep, dark depression.
Yeah.
It was bad. I tried to commit suicide several times. Like several
Yeah.
times, you know.
And it's so
Depression was
serious.
my hardest. That was my best friend. Me and depression. It was neck and neck. I couldn't work. I was from job to job. You know, I ended up losing my car.
Yeah.
Um,
It can get hard.
It does.
It can get hard,
It
especially
does.
when you have
and
to
then having to
start
leave
over.
someone that you're still in love with,
Yeah.
but for your safety and for your child's safety.
Yeah, that's
It's like,
important.
I gotta go. I love you, but I love you more.
I love me and my child more. I know
Yeah.
that's right. Well, tell the people when you were battling, or going through the depression or going from job to job, what was the light that came on that made you say, all right, I gotta shape this, I gotta get back to me? How did you do that? How did you get back to yourself?
To get back to me.
And I know that God is a force.
Yes.
I know He's a ultimate force.
Yes. So that year, it was 2016, so that was a rough year for me.
Yeah.
Not only did I leave an abusive situation, I also got diagnosed with a sickness.
Okay.
So not only am I battling depression, leaving somebody who I was in love with, 3 months after I left him, I was diagnosed with a sickness. So having to go through treatment by myself, it was a very, very dark time in my life. And the only person that I could depend on was my pastor and God.
I know
That was
that's
it.
right. I know that's right.
That was the only two persons. And I've always had a relationship with God.
That's
But
right.
I feel like God takes us through certain storms where He's like, okay, I'm gonna show you
Yes.
you're gonna need me.
That's right.
And you're gonna learn to put me first and don't put me on the back burner. And I
Yes.
know
Yes.
that through all of that, I had to lean to God.
That's a testimony.
Yeah, I had to lean
That's
to
real.
God.
That's true. That is a serious testimony, because a lot of people, I know some people that may be in it, or some people that are not in it, they feel like, oh, I have family or I have friends, but the number one person that can really truly help you
Yeah.
with your strength is God.
That's right.
So like I always tell y'all before, what helped me was Psalms 91, Psalms 23, and Psalms 27. And as I stated before, if that's something that's not for you, you're going to find out eventually that you're going to need God. That's the only way you can survive.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get out of something like that and then get back to your normal self.
Exactly.
And it's not easy. It's not like just a pop back. It takes some time.
Yeah, so like a week after, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm over him.
Yeah, and it
That
comes
second
back.
week came, I was like, I want to go back.
Yeah.
I went through all the ups, the
And a lot of
downs, the
people
wanting
do.
to go
A lot
back,
of people go back and forth.
wanting to work things out. But it was just like, I think I was driving on my way to the freeway, and I was going back to him. My mom said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I don't know."
Sometimes you be confused, because I think a lot of people be in love with the history of the person, not necessarily what they was going through or what that person put them through.
But happiness over history.
Yeah. And like I told y'all a few weeks ago, do something that's going to help you get back to yourself. If it's something that you've not been able to do because you've been down in the dumps or you've been depressed, read a book, write a book, sing a song, whatever it is that you're good at, cook yourself a good meal, treat yourself.
That's right.
Because it comes a time where you are in that dark place and you don't know who to turn to. A lot of people don't want to discuss their personal business because they don't know who to trust, and they don't want their business out there. So I just want to encourage y'all to keep your head up. Please read that word. That's the number one thing that's going to help you. And another thing, Shanice, tell the people after you got diagnosed with your sickness, and when you left the abuser and you had your back and forth moments, tell the people what was the part that made you say, I'm not going back to that. That ain't nothing that I need to do. Even if you still had this battling in your mind, because I went through it as well. I went back and forth, until I really realized, if I don't leave, somebody's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Me or him.
And it wasn't gonna be me.
Yeah. And so it's I just want the people to know, like, there's a lot of people that are saying, I left, but I miss him. Or I left, or I still love her. Because like I told y'all, it's not just women that go through this.
It's not.
It's men and women that can go through this. And it's really serious. And right now, like I told y'all, also with the pandemic going on,
It's a lot.
The
rate
lot.
has went up.
higher.
Yeah, it has.
And I'm just really encouraging, if you would like to speak out, share your story, even if you don't want to do it with me because you don't know me, that's totally fine. I told you I understand that, but reach out to someone, a coworker, a friend,
Someone that
family
you
member.
trust.
Yeah, somebody you trust, because you need to get that out. And the more you get that out, the more it'll make sense to you of why you need to leave. And if you're already out of it, kudos to you.
Yes.
But make sure you stay out of it.
That's right.
Don't go back and forth is just confusion. And we all know the confusion comes from the enemy.
That's right. And you don't want to react out of your flesh.
That's right.
Needs. Be smart. Love yourself first. That's
Yes.
the main goal, to love yourself first. Know your
Yes.
worth at the end of the day. Yes, I went through this, but I don't have to stay here. This is not my
Yes.
ending point. This is not what God has me to
Yeah.
do, So This is a storm that I have to get through, and faith without works is dead. So anything that you want in life, if you want to be better after this, you have to work to be better.
That's right.
And even if you have children, if you're not mentally healthy, if you're not emotionally healthy, how can you be the best mother that you can be to your children? You can't.
This is true.
Because it starts with you first, because they're feeding off of your energy. So if mommy is angry all the time, your child not gonna be acting right 9 times out of 10.
That's right.
Because the child is feeding off of mommy's feelings, and like, I want to figure out what's going on with mommy. So your kids get to acting up, it's because of just take a reevaluation of yourself.
This
Is
what they're witnessing.
Yeah, and you can't beat yourself up. You live, you learn, and you grow. When you know better. I'm not gonna say when you know better you do better, because a lot of us, when we do know better, we still don't do better.
Yeah, that's
so it's just, you have to want to do better for yourself and the ones that's connected to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Y'all, what she said. Very good.
It's not about you. It's like the ones that are connected to you. You have to want to do better for them. You have to want to be alive for them, because some of us don't make it out. Some of our children make it out and we don't.
Yes.
And sometimes we make it out and our children don't.
That's right.
Like the woman that just died in Dallas a couple weeks ago. He shot her 10 times because she wanted a divorce.
Yeah.
And they had 3 children. So it's just like the signs. It's signs, and it starts physically. Mentally and emotionally before it starts physically.
That's right. That's right. And then it starts escalating.
It does.
And every time it happens, it gets worse and worse.
And it's going to be a repeating cycle.
That's right.
Yeah. But you have to pay attention to the signs.
And remember, I was talking to y'all about different signs of abuse. It doesn't have to be just physical. It can be emotional. It can be financial.
It
can be
narcissist.
Yes, there's a different type of abuse. So it doesn't have to just be, like I say, punching and fighting.
It doesn't.
It can be mental.
And it starts
verbal.
Mental and verbal. And if you stay there, it's going to turn into physical. No matter if it takes 10 years, if he's still doing that same verbal abuse and that mental abuse, 10 years down the road, it's going to turn into to physical.
Get out
one day.
That's right. And I just want to say to y'all, if anybody, has someone or doesn't have someone that they can talk to, reach out. Like I told y'all before, you can definitely follow on Instagram under Von de Leon, or you can go to Domestic Violence Survivors on Facebook, or you can definitely come to YouTube on Pretty Eyes. And Shanice also has her own page, so I'm going to let her say her page, so that way y'all can tune in as well, because she's also doing, I'll let her tell it. I'll let her tell what she's doing.
So I have a women's organization that has been in the works for 3 years. It is called Women of Tenacity. It is a non-profit organization. I am working on a women's shelter in Arlington area. And I also have a website, womenoftenacity.org. And also my YouTube is You Love Shanice. And my Instagram is Women of Tenacity, and also for Facebook. And if you need any help, if you're just needing someone to talk to, if you're just needing to send your story but you don't want to say it out loud, you can type it to me, you can text it to me. I'm still working on a new business number.
That's all right. But God.
Yes, but God. But my email is womenoftenacity@gmail.com. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me on any social media sites, and I'm going to reply within minutes. But know your worth. Know your worth. Know your worth. You are beautiful, and you are bigger than this. And this is not something that you have to stay in. You make a choice to leave, and I'm not going to stay here.
You don't have to.
I love you, but I love me more. I love my kids more. I love my life more. Because this is serious, and a lot of us don't make it out. And even though that October is over, we are still fighting for domestic violence. We're standing together, putting a stop to domestic violence.
That's right. And the whole thing, y'all, about all of this is to encourage you to get out. If you out, great, like I said before. But this is going to help you stay out.
That's right.
There's plenty of positive women, strong women, some people that didn't make it, some people that didn't survive. And I just really feel like hopefully this can encourage somebody to really want and try to get out of it. If you don't have a plan, start writing. Start getting your plan together.
Get you a journal.
Get your journal. That writing definitely helps.
And put the dates at the top, put the time.
Yeah.
Because you can go back 6 hours later from that journal and you could be like, I was feeling so down at 5 a.m. It's 6 o'clock p.m. and I'm good. I've had an awesome day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I had about 8 journals. I got
That's
a lot.
all right. That's all right. Because
I got
that
a
is
lot.
good therapy,
Yes.
y'all. That's therapeutic
It
for
is.
you.
And even
That's gonna help.
even if you don't want to go to therapy or go to a counselor, you don't want to see someone, talk to God. That's gonna be your
Please.
best
That's
friend.
That's it.
He knows everything that you're going through anyways. He
That's
just wants
right.
you to invite him in. That's it.
That is it.
He
That's
just
the
wants you
truth.
to invite him in.
This is
That's
so
it.
true. Because the more you try to stay in and you don't tell him,
Yeah.
he can already see it.
He's
like
just
she
like
said.
over here, like
He just
I'm
waiting.
just
He
waiting
on
for you to invite me in your mess so we can fix this. Not
right.
me just fix this without you,
Because
but
you're not
us
gonna be able
work
to do
as a
it.
team. That's right.
You're not gonna be able to do
Yes.
it without his help.
That's right. God will supply your every need.
Yes, indeed. Y'all, I just want to tell y'all we love y'all.
Yes, we love you.
Please reach out, hit that button and subscribe.
Yes, don't forget to
Don't
subscribe.
forget to subscribe, y'all. And then we will be back in a few weeks, and I will be having more people, men and women, like I said,
Yes.
speaking about their story and what was their terminating point to leave out of that abusive relationship. We will get some men coming shortly, so I'm still
Yes.
working on that, y'all. So please
Yes.
bear with me. We just want to say we love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to read that word and encourage yourself.
Yes. And
Love
take
you.
your time reading that
Yes.
word.
Take your time so you
So
can
you
understand it.
it.
So you
Yes.
can
So you
understand
can
it.
understand it for yourself.
That's right. And we just want to say that we love y'all. Please stay encouraged, and we'll be back in a few.